Before I start putting the rims on, I'm going to check the sides and see what happened when I tucked these to the inside. What I see is that most of them kind of go in at an angle, and I don't want those to stick out. So I'm just going to turn it like this, and using my tool, I'm just going to move those. Just push them in. If you don't have a tool like this, it's okay. Some people will grind down the end of a screwdriver or a piece of wood, or if you have those Tupperware orange peelers, those work really well. That one was okay. That one's good. Okay, so I think I got all the way around. Now is when our clothespins come in very handy. I like to use about 2 per side. The inside rim, I'm going to check for the bad side, because this time I want the bad side up against the basket. And I want to start this in a place where it's going to overlap for about 1.5 inches or so. Now you can see why there's a smaller piece here, because when the rim goes on, you don't want to drop it down so that it's at the top. You need to make sure that it's up like this, because when you start lashing the rim on, you're going to be going under this and under this piece. So you don't, that's a mistake that most people do when they put the rims on, is they drop it down too low. So you just start here, put a clothespin on. Now I work this around like this so that you get a nice tight corner. If you have a gap in it, it's not going to be repairable. You have to take it out and redo it. So put a clothespin there, work this around. Some people like to use a lot of clothespins, like on every cut off one, and I usually have my students go ahead and do that until they get more experienced. Once you get more experience, you could probably get away with about 2 clothespins per side. This is really important to make sure that when you come around here at this corner, see how I'm kind of squaring this without pinching it? That's because we are going to square it up after it's finished. Now when you come around here, that's pretty tight. I'm just going to stick one in the middle. Now I'm back to my beginning. So again, that's a corner. So see how I'm taking my hand and kind of making a right, almost a right angle there. And then I'm squeezing that basket, and I'm pushing in on this row to get that settled into the corner. Here's my overlapping, and this is where I started, and I'm going to just come right over here and trim it, and then I'm going to put a clothespin on it. I'm going to turn to the other side of the basket to put the outside rim on it. So I'm going to check, and I'm going to get this started in the same way. This time, you want to make sure that you cover that last row. If you have it up like that, it won't be in the right place. Now here's where I'm going to start losing some clothespins, because it was really more important to use all of those clothespins while getting the inside one on. The outside, you're just traveling around the outside, which is already set. And here we come back to the end. This is a really important step here in knowing where to cut this off. Because when I start lashing the rim on, these are going to be coming out of this hole and across like this. So if you look at this and you see that this is at an angle, sometimes I will even just take a pencil and make a little pencil mark for the spot where I want it.
Excuse me.
And then I'm just going to cut it. Now if I want to cut it back any farther when I actually start lashing, I can. Then I usually like to move that over a little bit. So this is how you put the inside and outside rim on. And our